the sword of truth, I stand and fight. In the armor of God, my future is bright. Sharpened like steel, by His word I'm made. In the battle of faith I'll never be swayed. The blade of His love cuts through the lies. With the strength of the Savior I rise, I rise, I rise.
Happy Friday, everybody. Bubba here from Bubba's EDC. Checking in with you, making sure you're all doing good with all this winter weather we've had. We got a good bit of snow. It's starting to wear off a little bit. We got between 3 to 6 inches. I didn't go out and measure. I stepped out barefoot twice on the back porch to throw some bird seed out for the birds. And that's all I ventured out. My wife and kids went and played in the snow. I'm too old and fat for that. So none of that for me today. Well, I want to come on, do a show a sticker I got in the mail the other day, and show just a little clip where I went into a pawn shop the other day, and then I'll pop back in and show you up close everything that I got. But sticker from Brother Ted over at Ted Shop. Forget if his channel's called Ted Shop or Ted Hart, but go check him out if you haven't already. Just awesome channel, awesome guy, awesome sticker. I mean, I love that. I love hunter green. Now, when you put green and gold together, it just works, you know. Just works. Looks very good. Very, very good. So, appreciate the swap, Brother Ted. Not sure if you got yours in the mail yet, but it's on the way. I sent it. As far as I know, I sent it out to everybody who had asked for one. Yeah. So, I'll be inputting a clip here from where I was in the pawn shop the other day. I had my annual physical, and then I ran by this pawn shop in a town nearby, and it's just quick. Like, I didn't show me talking to the guy or anything. I just kind of videoed some of the knives, because he had some customers in there who were picking up firearms and stuff. So I'll have the volume even muted on it, so just in case there was any names or anything. And then we'll come back in and we'll talk about what we found. See you in a minute. All right, so you might have seen some things there. Quite a few advertising knives. I only picked one of them up to look at. The rest of them, I'm sure they were all Novelty Knife Company, but I did grab the one. So it's a little wore out. I started to try to wipe it, and I believe some of his hair come off, so I stopped. So I'm not gonna really do nothing with the outside. Upside down, Bubba. So the only reason I grabbed it is because I share the same birthday as Elvis, which was 2 days ago, January the 8th. Pretty good snap for a cheap little knife. And then that blade, except for the patina and stuff, it's in pretty good shape. So that's the only reason I got it. As far as the whole king of rock and roll thing, or as a Christian, there's only one king. That's King Jesus. So Michael Jackson ain't the king of pop. Elvis ain't the king of rock and roll. But I just thought it was cool. And then I'll tell you what I paid. And I'm going to go out of order of what I picked up. The first thing I picked up is the last thing I'm going to show you. The last thing I picked up was the Elvis knife. Going backwards. So the next thing I had picked up, I said, hey, let me see that there. I don't recognize that. And so all this was shown on the live the other night. So if you were on the live, you've already seen it. It was an anvil. I'm like, what is that? And I didn't realize Colonial had an Anvil brand. I don't know if you can tell on the blade. Let's see if we can get it to focus. Well, on there it says honed. You know what? It helped me to put you on the right side of the blade, wouldn't it? There we go. Honed edge. I'm backwards. So anyways, 3 really nice little Stockmans. So this one, and honestly, I thought there were 3 different sizes. It wasn't until I got on the live that night that I realized 2 of them were the same doggone thing. Yeah, I got to pay more attention to details. So that's number 2. And just so you know, so those 2 are identical. And then we got a tiny one. So I guess we'll call him a peanut. But they all 3 Colonial. They all 3 have the honed edge. Well, I thought they were cool. Didn't know nothing about them. Looked them up after the fact. Realized I did okay. So yeah, I thought those were pretty cool. But then when I was looking in there, the first thing that caught my eye, which any knife collector, it would have caught their eye, is I saw that. So everybody knows, they're thinking that's a hammerhead or a Mako or a shark tooth, something like that. Well, it's not. It's a Parker. Chattanooga, Tennessee. And y'all check out the fat stag on that bad boy. It's nice. It has a touch of blade wobble. I mean, just very, very little bit that way. And I took my, I have one of them Armorer's hammers that has a brass end and then a nylon end. And I was hitting with the nylon. I had a cloth over it. And my dumb butt flipped it over and hit it with the brass. Put a couple dings in it there because I was trying to get the pivot to tighten up a little bit. So I've actually already talked to Mr. Mike over at Make Cutlery Great Again, and I'm gonna let him take care of it. I'm gonna commission him to make her look good. I know he can polish it up and everything better than me. But y'all, that's done got me on a Parker kick. I'm looking at Parkers now. Never have looked at them. Not Frost ones, but Parker ones. So I mean, it's got a little bit of a little hitch right there, almost like. I don't know if that's just the way they are. But man, it's nice. You know, lockbacks don't have a ton of snap down, but I love that Stag. So as soon as I got in the car, because I know Brother Terry loves Stags. So as soon as I got in the car, I took pictures. I said, look what I found. He said, that's awesome. I already got one. I was like, well, I wasn't offering it to you. So, y'all, that's 5 knives. So the guy, well, first of all, I had asked him for how much for this. And I think I offered him $20 or $25. And he said yes for the Parker, the Stag. Well, then I found the others, and he came up with 45 or 50. I forget. I said, look, I said, my birthday's tomorrow, which was true. This was Tuesday, my birthday. I'm sorry, I hit the table and y'all are on the table. I said, my birthday's tomorrow. I said, how about 40? He said, okay. But it had to be cash. I hit the table again, sorry. Had to be cash, so he didn't get hit with his he said 4% fees. Whew. So I said, absolutely. So I went and got cash and came back to him. Sorry, agua. So I think I did pretty good on that. Well, I'm showing these on the live the other night, these anvils, and my favorite Texan, Mario, he you can't joke around with me. Now, not with everything, but with this, he's like, somebody, I need one or something like that. I was like, all right, it's yours. And then Mike from Make Cutlery Great Again, he's like, oh, Mario beat me to it. I was like, all right, well, the other one's yours. And then I was like, well, I got to figure out who. I said, well, I'm going to figure out who to give this one to. And Mike said, I know a guy. So he sent me the guy's info. So I'm going to mail this to another guy, another YouTube channel. I've seen him in the chats before. I've said hey to him before. Never met him, never really talked to him outside of that. But apparently he likes the smaller knives. So that's going to go in the mail too. So, but look, I still done good. Even both of those for the 40, still done way good. So I was tickled pink. Man, I love that. Isn't that killer? That is just killer. Shined up pretty good. I just did a little bit of mothers on it. I have not put mothers on a Dremel yet because it's been so cold. I had to do everything at my coffee table in the living room. So I haven't went to the garage to do the Dremel because I don't want to fling it all over the living room. But just mothers, just by hand, little elbow grease. I like it better than Neverdull, and it don't stink like Neverdull. Neverdull's that petroleum base, so it's greasy and stuff. So, I mean, Neverdull works, especially on brass, but yeah, and look at the difference in the Stag. So this side, you know, it's a little smoother, but then this side is so rough on the, what they call it, the pile side. So that's your pile side, that's your show side. I like that. I know some people would want them to be a little more similar. I like it both ways. I'm not picky at all. So I toted this Wednesday to church for Brother Terry. That was my tote. Then I toted it Thursday to work as well. Obviously no work today because of the snow. I know you Yankees, you Northerners up there, this ain't nothing for y'all, 3 to 6 inches. That's nothing. And when I was in Montana in the Air Force, it was nothing for us too. I mean, I was outside after I got out of the Air Force. I was on the Air Force base doing landscaping. We were trimming trees in the winter. 36 inches of snow on the ground in 3 days. 36 inches fell. And we're out there literally snow, like, you know, halfway up to our knees, a little higher, trudging through the snow, trimming trees. We just did it. You know, that's just the way. When you're in that kind of state, that kind of place all the time where it snows, I saw snow 9 months out of the year up there. June, July, and August are the only months I never saw snow in Great Falls, Montana. It snowed on my dad's birthday, May 7th. I walked out of Walmart and it was snowing. I called my dad. I was like, Dad, happy birthday. It's snowing. You don't get that in Georgia. And he's in Arizona. He was in Arizona at that point. He definitely don't get that in Arizona, not in Tucson. So, yeah, anyways, y'all be safe. Y'all in the snow and stuff, stay safe, stay warm. I hope y'all have power. If you don't, I pray they get your power restored quickly. Just be careful. Definitely be careful. Definitely. I had a brain fart there, didn't know what else to say. But I appreciate y'all. Thank y'all for watching and tuning in. I pray God blesses you richly. I pray He shines upon you, is gracious to you. This has been Bubba. God bless.
With the sword of truth, I stand and fight. In the armor of God, my future is bright. Sharpened like steel, by His word I'm made. In the battle of faith I'll never persuade. The blade of His love cuts through the lies. With the strength of the Savior I rise, I rise, I rise.